The episode fractures its timeline, opening in August 1981 in Fort Worth, Texas. A young Beulah Jackson hits a local line dancing bar under the watchful eye of her top hand, Mariano. Using the alias Angel, Beulah tears up the dance floor with a smooth-talking mechanic named Luke. Meanwhile, a local barmaid tries to flirt with Mariano, offering him a bucket of beers. Mariano completely shuts it down, mentioning his loyalty to his wife and his baby boy, Joaquin. The flirtation turns out to be a coordinated trap. The barmaid admits she was paid a crisp $20 bill to distract Mariano, so Beulah could slip away unnoticed with Luke. By the time Mariano tracks Beulah down on a dark roadside, the horrific truth is laid bare. Her dress is torn and her face is brutally gashed from a violent assault. Traumatized but fiercely protective of her pride, Beulah forces a reluctant Mariano to help cover up the abuse by blaming it on a mechanical bull accident. In the present, Beulah coordinates her ranch's massive 190th anniversary gala with ruthless efficiency. To keep her rough-and-tumble ranch hands from ruining the high society affair, she buys them out, setting up an open tab at the Split Heart Bar so they can wreak havoc far away from her wealthy guests. At the Dutton Ranch, Carter shares a quiet moment with Rip, offering a heartfelt thank you to him for giving him a home. In a rare, deeply vulnerable display of affection, Rip explicitly calls Carter his son before the family rides down to the Tin Petal for the evening. Arriving early, a heavily bandaged Joaquin expresses how deeply grateful he is to follow in her footsteps. She's prepped to hand over the reins of the ranch to him, with a big speech lined up that night about how much she cares. When Carter approaches Oreana, she turns ice cold. She aggressively flirts with a wealthy boy named Harrison Williams, introducing Carter merely as a friend, and Oreana coldly tells Carter to go get himself a drink so she can resume flirting with Harrison. While Carter stews in bitter humiliation at the bar, Sheriff Wade corners him. The corrupt lawman winds the kid up, explicitly telling him he belongs in the basement of society while elites like Harrison and Oreana belong upstairs, itching for any excuse to throw Carter back behind bars. Away from the glitz of the main house, Beulah's plan to contain her cowboys fails. A high-stakes card game at the Split Heart Bar turns violent, escalating into a massive brawl between the Tin Petal Vaqueros and another crew. Though the Tin Petal hands technically come out on top, the cracks in the foundation begin to show. A bitter Austin openly challenges the ranch's legacy, loudly muttering that the entire Tin Petal operation is dirty, corrupt, and bound for ruin. While the other hands try to shut him down to avoid rustling feathers, Azul and Zachariah exchange a heavy, knowing glance, fully aware that the ranch is sitting on a powder keg. While self-made billionaire Zane Nash arrives at the Tin Petal for the soirée, Rip shrugs off Joaquin's gratitude for patching up his shot-up hand. Beth quickly shifts focus to the corporate future by gifting Zane a pair of premium stirrups. To seal the hospitality, Beulah gladly offers the billionaire an exclusive tour of the entire ranch the following day. The true horror of the evening arrives when Rob Will gate crashes the party. Oreana, who secretly knew her father was coming, smirks maliciously as she walks away, leaving a stunned Beulah to face him alone in her office. The confrontation exposes the deep rot within the Jackson family. Rob Will unleashes decades of pent-up hatred for his brother Joaquin, furiously declaring that the ranch is his birthright. Brandishing total psychopathic malice, Rob Will blackmails his mother into total submission. She must announce him as the sole heir to the Tin Petal Empire tonight, or he will kill Joaquin. Realizing her son is an unhinged killer, Beulah is forced to capitulate. Taking the microphone for her grand speech, a defeated Beulah shatters expectations. Instead of naming Joaquin, she announces that in 5 years, the reins of the ranch will be passed entirely to Robert William Jackson III. A devastated Joaquin packs his bags and walks out while Rob Will maliciously taunts him by his car. Meanwhile, an insulated Zane Nash confronts Beulah in a corporate fury, refusing to hand his billions over to a volatile drug addict. Simultaneously, the patio erupts into madness. Blinded by jealousy and heavy drinking over Oreana's cruel taunts about Harrison, Carter snaps. He comes stumbling out of the house clutching one of Beulah's prized, heavy bull heads and violently smashes it into the floor. But just as an enraged Rip steps in to reprimand his son, Beulah suddenly gasps, clutches her neck, and collapses from a catastrophic medical emergency. As the anniversary gala dissolves into chaos, the episode flashes back to 1981 one final time to reveal that the rodeo assault left Beulah pregnant. With Mariano keeping watch from a car outside, a young Beulah calmly walks into her abuser Luke's house to break the news of the pregnancy before pulling a gun and ruthlessly shooting him in the head.